Hello friends, this is Vedic Astrology by Rani and I'm here to talk about monthly horoscopes for every ascendant sign, and I have prepared part 1 where I discussed in length about the condition of planets and how they impact each of us even if you don't know your sign, and so that those who don't have their accurate birth data, they can kind of have the feeling the planetary energies modes in the month of August. But if you have your birth information correct, you can go to any website, put your information in the website, and then get your birth chart ready, and then I can help you understand how predictions are done in. And this can be your practice session if you like to do that. I have always said that astrology is not about predicting future. It's rather about understanding the planetary energies so that you can learn to tread with care. Don't go against the storm. Go with it and go swim with the waves, so you will sail through with less headaches. So keep in mind, predictions, what will happen in your life can only be done by the psychics and the sages of ancient times, and if anyone is claiming to predict future, they're really not being 100% honest with you. So getting started, I have done Aries through Gemini in my part 1, and now I'm going to be doing Cancer, Leo and Virgo, because somehow the system did not let me finish in one long video. So here we go for Cancer, Leo and Virgo. First of all, for Cancer, but before I even say Cancer, let me tell you where planets are in general for everybody. We have Mercury, Mars, Moon, Venus in the sign of Leo for most of the month. So wherever your Leo sign is, most of the activity will be happening in that sign, or wherever these planets will be aspecting. Now we will have Ketu in Scorpio, Saturn will be retrograde in Capricorn, and Jupiter will be retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Then we have Rahu that will be in the sign of Taurus. For Cancer people, just to give you idea, so all those 4 planets, Mercury, Mars, Moon, Venus, and Leo will be in the 2nd house. Ketu will be in your 5th house. Retrograde Saturn will be in your 7th house, and Jupiter retrograde will be in your 8th house, and lastly Rahu will be in your 11th house. Now talking about how these planets are impacting you, people with the Cancer sign, please be careful about your communications, and you need to be careful because you have potential for getting hurt in your face area. Eat good food without and avoid the junk food, and then your 10th house lord, Sun, being in your 2nd house surrounded by other planets, it's going to help your wealth status, but please put some serious efforts in your work, in your business, because if you do that, Jupiter from the 8th house aspecting all of these 4 planets that I mentioned earlier in your 2nd house, like Mercury, Mars, Moon, and Venus in the sign of Leo. They will give you good results, because in your career area, so long as you're willing to put the good hard work, and it will also help you increase your status, especially if the Mars is well placed in your sign of Cancer. It will really help you get your career ahead, and you might even get the promotion. And if those of you who end up getting promotion, let me know, not in my inbox here. Please try to leave your comments here in the videos. And I forgot to tell that you please remember to subscribe. Okay, if you subscribe, that helps me to be inspired. I'm not here to make money by doing your Kundali chart readings or anything else. My mission is to help you understand how astrology works, and I try to give private lessons for people to learn also. But I don't take that many students due to lack of time, but I do the best I can. So now let's move on. Next sign is Leo, where there will be, of course, Mercury, Mars, Moon, Venus will be in your first house. So that's a lot of planets in somebody's first house. There's a lot of activity in your life in general. As they relate to these planets, and keep in mind that the Mercury does get better in Virgo in the latter part of the month. Okay, and like I said earlier, Ketu is in Scorpio in your fourth house. Retrograde Saturn in Capricorn will be in your sixth house. Retrograde Jupiter in Aquarius will be in your seventh house. And Rahu will be in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house. Sun will be in Cancer in your 12th house. It's very interesting when the sun goes into anybody's 12th house rather. Okay, so first house is loaded with 4 planets for the first 20 days. A lot of energies are focused on in your overall scheme of things. When 10th Lord Venus in your first house is great, which in latter part of the month moves to your second house, which is great for money. Because it's debilitating, it's not good at the time when it's actually debilitated for the first 20 days in your first house. Exalted Mercury joins Venus in the second house in the latter part of the month, and that's a great news for you. It's exalted, and there is also the Lord of the 11th house of your income, so it gives power to Venus. So then again, it becomes good news for income and finances, particularly in general. Sometimes income is just income. Finances can be money, can be coming from other sources too. So that's why when I use an income word, that's your income only. You may be making only 5,000 a month, but other sources may be giving you tens of thousands. So finances are somewhat more detailed. Now, luck will support you also because Mars being the Lord of 9th house in your Lagna. At the same time, for the first 20 days of the month, you may face expenses because Mars is, surrounded, it's like heated by being near the sun. Mars and Sun at the close degrees in Lagna indicates a lot of aggression and tempers. Arguments can flare up and they need to be contained, or else you will face the risk, many risks. So my advice is please refrain from arguments. It's not going to help you. Try to stay calm. Meditation, yoga are your best friends, and no need to try to win the arguments, so that you can keep peace in your life. And with that, let's move to the next sign, which is Virgo. Again, Sun in the Cancer in your 11th house. There are 4 planets, namely Mercury, Mars, Moon, Venus. They are in Leo in your 12th house. Ketu in Scorpio in 3rd house. Saturn retrograde will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 5th house. Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius in your 6th house. And Rahu is in Taurus in your 9th house. So your 12th house is loaded with 4 planets. Now, if you're learning astrology, you should pay attention to significations of the 12th house, which due to lack of time, I cannot go too much into that. So you have the Mercury, Mars, and Venus, and they are in your sign of Leo, and the Moon also. So now you have Mars creating a Vipreet Raj Yoga. Okay, in your 12th house. Now, if you, what is Vipreet Raj Yoga? That means something related to the houses that this planet Mars is impacting. Something bad may happen, but all is not lost because, something bad may happen, but something good will come out, which will say, yeah, that's just great. I can handle that, the bad news, but actually it's going to benefit you eventually. So until the 20th, Mercury leaves Leo, and you may face some difficult situations as they relate to the 12th house, which is a foreign travel, hospitals, hospitalizations, and or dealing with the multinational companies. Let's say you're working for multinational company, there could be some issues, or you're doing business with them, or in any other way you're relating with that. So even disturbed sleeps can happen. So take caution. You might want to, before you go to sleep, you might want to do deep breathing exercises and do some yoga. I know I may have said this before too, but you have to understand, you this is your best tool in today's times, and we're in the height of Kaljug times, as per planets are indicating also. So I will make a video about the Kaljug and Satyug if any possibility soon. But for now, I can only say that it's very important that you tame your temper, folks. Otherwise, these planets, especially when the 4 planets, in general, when the 4 planets are ganging up in one sign, they're creating a lot of karma. They're creating a lot of energies. And if you don't know, if somebody gave you too much of juice or milk or something to drink, and you drink the whole gallon, what's going to happen? You're going to have some problems. So you need to learn to say, hey, no, I will not drink in one day or one time. I'll spread it out, or I'll do this. So similarly, when the planets are in one sign, suddenly you have to then kind of calm down, stay calm and collected. And especially, I'm going to say for Virgo, be careful with the coronavirus, take extra precautions. Even though I say that, it's somehow you will end up getting rewarded for any problems that may happen, including coronavirus. If that end up, I hope not, but if it does happen to you, for any of those things, you will end up actually benefiting. Let's say that you suspect there is a corona coming to you. You end up taking a lot of vitamin C, and you have some misery, and you survive out of all that. Then you realize, it's good for me to take all the good vitamins and nourishment and good diet. So then you have learned a lesson that how to stay healthy, and in the future, down the line, you have then now learned not to take the bad food, exercise, and that can avoid down the line maybe strokes and heart attacks and any other health related problems. So that's why you say actually good time in many ways, because you have a Preet Raj Yoga. Now, in the beginning of the month, Lord of your second house and good luck of Lord of the good luck 9th house, Venus, quickly moves to sign of Virgo, where it's debilitated in your first house. By the end of August 26, Mercury will be joining debilitated Venus, moving onto your Lagna. So you may have expenses on yourself, and things that you may need for yourself, and travel. Be careful about the well-being of your father also at this time. Rahu being in the sign of Taurus, and it indicates that if people giving you advice may not be doing a great job. So if you are receiving advice from others, listen and think about it, but take it with a grain of salt, because they may not be necessarily all that great. With that, I will end this video, because I can only do 3 signs in a video. And I will be making a part 3. And for the remaining signs, please remember now, before I leave, subscribe below, leave comments here, not in my inbox, and share the videos. Thank you very much. Take care.